A massive bomb just dropped, and this time it didn't come from just anyone. A trusted insider revealed the real reason why Avengers vs. X-Men is about to explode into an all-out war. And yes, it starts with a fight. A brutal one, the kind that changes everything. The question is, why would Earth's mightiest heroes turn against the X-Men? Is Dr. Doom pulling the strings from the shadows? Or is the multiverse itself forcing them into a no-win scenario? In this video, I'm going to break down the entire rumor step by step, connect it to what Marvel has already established, and show you why this conflict makes terrifying sense. This isn't random chaos, this is a collision that's been building for years. So before we go any further, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, because what's coming next will completely change how you see Avengers vs. X-Men. Everything starts with incursions. Marvel has already made one thing clear. When two universes collide, only one can survive. That's the rule. And once heroes are placed in that situation, morality begins to collapse. To save their own world, another Earth must die, billions of lives erased. This is where heroes stop being symbols and start making impossible choices. In the comics, very few characters were able to survive multiple incursions without crossing ethical lines. Most couldn't. Some used cosmic artifacts, some relied on magic. But in the end, the solution that actually worked was destruction. Entire planets wiped out to prevent total annihilation. That is why characters like Captain America could never fully function in secret groups like the Illuminati, because he represents heroism without compromise. And that kind of hero doesn't survive in a multiverse that demands sacrifice. Rumor changes everything. Now here's where the new. According to the insider, the X-Men have already survived multiple incursions. Think about what that implies. If they're still standing, it means they made choices, dark ones. So when the Avengers and the Fantastic Four arrive in their universe claiming they want to help, the X-Men don't see allies. They see executioners. From their perspective, every outsider is a potential threat trying to erase their world. That misunderstanding is what ignites the conflict. This also explains the shocking absence of extremely powerful mutants like Storm and Jean Grey. The theory is simple and devastating. They may have sacrificed themselves to stop previous incursions. Jean Grey, wielding the Phoenix Force, could destroy an entire planet to save her own. Storm, manipulating cosmic scale forces, might have done the same. Survival came at a price, and now the X-Men are done trusting anyone. This situation mirrors something Marvel fans have already seen before: Avengers vs. X-Men in the comics. Back then, the conflict wasn't born from hatred, but from fear. When the Phoenix Force was heading toward Earth to bond with Hope Summers, the Avengers believed interference was necessary. The X-Men believed it wasn't. That disagreement escalated into a global disaster. The Phoenix empowered the mutants, reshaped the planet, and pushed heroes beyond their limits. Cyclops himself crossed lines no one thought he would. The world changed forever. Marvel doesn't need to repeat that storyline beat for beat, but the DNA of that conflict is clearly here. Two groups of heroes, two interpretations of survival, one inevitable clash. And according to this insider, Avengers, Doomsday will raise the stakes even higher. The rumor claims there are 3 Earths involved: the Avengers' Earth, the Fantastic Four's Earth, and the X-Men's Earth. The Fantastic Four align with the Avengers, forming a coalition determined to stop the incursions once and for all. Their mission is simple: find a solution before reality collapses. But when they arrive in the X-Men's universe, they walk straight into a war zone. The X-Men aren't asking for help. They've already fought this battle. They've already lost people. And from their perspective, every new rival increases the risk of extinction. So when the Avengers show up, diplomacy fails instantly and the first punch is thrown. Here's the terrifying part: if the X-Men survived multiple incursions, that means entire universes didn't. And once you've made that kind of choice, you don't hesitate again. Survival rewires you. That is why this isn't a story about villains pretending to be heroes. It is about heroes forced to become something else. This also explains why peace may not even be an option. You can argue morals. You can argue intentions. But you can't argue with the nature of an incursion. One Earth has to die. And once both sides realize that only one universe can move forward, the battle stops being about misunderstanding and becomes about existence itself. And while the Avengers and the X-Men are locked in this catastrophic misunderstanding, something far more dangerous is happening in the background. Incursions don't just destroy worlds, they weaken the walls between realities. Every collision creates fractures, openings, instability, and those fractures become gateways. This is where the multiverse truly starts to break loose. Variants begin slipping through. Entire realities start bleeding into each other. This is no longer just about saving one Earth over another. This is about reality losing its structure. And when reality destabilizes at this level, someone always takes advantage of it. This is the perfect environment for chaos to thrive. Incursions are the ultimate excuse for anything to appear without explanation. Different versions of heroes, forgotten timelines, faces the audience never expected to see again. Entire universes colliding in real time. This is how Marvel can bring in legacy characters, unexpected returns, and completely new versions of heroes without slowing the story down. No origin stories. No setup, just impact. The multiverse becomes a battlefield where anything is possible, and where power is no longer measured by strength alone, but by who understands the rules of collapse. And this is exactly where one figure rises above everyone else. While heroes are busy fighting each other, while universes are tearing themselves apart, one man sees opportunity instead of disaster. Someone who doesn't fear incursions, someone who studies them. Someone who understands that when worlds are destroyed, new ones can be shaped. This is the moment where control shifts. Because in the middle of war, confusion, and collapsing realities, the real ruler of what comes next doesn't need to throw a punch. He just needs to wait. And when the dust settles, the multiverse won't belong to heroes anymore. At this point, the conflict reaches a stage where no speech can stop it. Too much has already been lost. Entire worlds erased. Heroes carrying the weight of decisions that can never be undone. This is when the truth becomes impossible to ignore. There is no version of this story where everyone survives. The Avengers realize that logic alone won't save reality. The X-Men realize that survival has turned them into something they never wanted to become. And the Fantastic Four stand in the middle, understanding the science of collapse but powerless to stop the emotional fallout. This isn't a superhero battle anymore. It's a war between philosophies, between hope and necessity, between who the heroes were and what the universe now demands they become. This is also the moment that reshapes the future of Marvel forever. Incursions allow the cinematic universe to finally operate like the comics. Characters existing without constant origin stories, universes overlapping naturally, and stories driven by consequence instead of setup. Loss becomes permanent, choices matter again. The multiverse stops being a gimmick and turns into a brutal system with rules. This isn't the end of an era like Endgame was. This is a reset, a violent one, a necessary one, and when the dust finally settles, the universe that remains won't feel like a goodbye. It will feel like the beginning of something far bigger, darker, and more unpredictable than anything Marvel has done before. And if you love stories like this, stories about worlds colliding, heroes breaking, and universes being rewritten, then you need to check out the book, 50 Series to Watch Before You Die. It's a carefully curated list of must-watch series that every fan of epic storytelling should experience at least once. The link to get it is pinned in the first comment. And now, if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stay with us. Because this final stretch toward Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars is where every rumor, every clue, and every piece of the puzzle starts coming together. This is the most exciting phase yet, and you don't want to miss what is coming next. I'll see you in the next video.